If I can successfully raid this fortress, the person who owns the fortress is going to delete their entire save, including all of their progress and all of their orcs.
My life is good.
This all started 2 days ago whenever I received this comment on my most recent video. Nicholas says, if you somehow successfully raid my fort, I will restart Shadow of War with nothing. My username is FootballKid. Well, I'm not someone who shies away from a fort raiding challenge.
Don't you want a little taste of the glory? See what it tastes like.
So I immediately laced up my Nazgul boots and headed to Gorgoroth. And to spice this challenge up, I am going to add another layer of difficulty. I am going to go into this fortress with not a single orc alongside me, except my bodyguard, Baga the Torturer. But can I do it with this extreme challenge? Or is this unique opportunity to nuke one of my fans' game saves gonna slip away? This seems likely. Whenever I look at his orcs, they are all very strong, with his Overlord having 5 epic traits. I actually didn't think this was possible on PlayStation. Obviously, with it being on console, this can't be hacked. But apparently this is a glitch to do only with savages. This is something I might need to try out in the future. And with that in mind, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos in the future. Also like it, I guess, if you feel like it. And hit the hype button if you're watching this on mobile. I have no idea what it does, but let's find out together. Taking a further look at his orcs, he's got lots and lots of Flame of Wars. This seems to be a very common trend on PlayStation that I'm noticing. Flame of Wars seem to be the strong orc of choice. Anyway, I gather the boys, and by the boys I mean I gather an army of grunts, and we begin to raid the fortress. Heading on to the first point, of course we see a Flame of War. I do love that he's a Flame of War and also a follower of Nurgle. We've also got the Mad Eye Orc, and immediately I am a little bit concerned for this viewer because he's only got 2 defending captains at the first point. He could have 3, so maybe he has massively underestimated me. After a riveting chat with Douche, I then meet the Mad Eye.
You think you can take this fort? Your overconfidence is adorable.
And I very much enjoyed that little giggle that the Mad Eye did. I think he's going to be the first orc that I recruit in this fortress. I am only going in with Baga, but I am going to recruit orcs along the way. My maximum is going to be 6, I'm going to try and work my way back up to the normal amount of orcs that you usually bring in whenever you raid a fortress. So that means I am at my most vulnerable during these early points. I begin to target the Mad Eye, hitting him with an execution. I then hit a Frost Elven Blast, which freezes him up nicely. But of course, with this being a high-level fort raid, I am not able to finish off shattering him. And while I'm avoiding the attacks from Douche, Baga tackles him and punches him in the back of the head. That's an illegal move in the UFC. But thankfully, we're not in the UFC. We're not actually in America. We're actually in Middle-earth right now. And this lad is about to lose his entire game save. I begin to load up my glaive attack, but right when I do that, Douche hits me with a massive attack, which scares the crap out of me. With doo-doo over the floor, I try to compose myself, and the only way that I can do that is by quickly sucking on an orc to get my health back. I then climb up to the gate and I suck on another orc. I feel full now. I then dive back down and I'm able to stealth attack the Mad Eye, which takes off a massive portion of his health. I then sprint on over and recruit Mad Eye over to the evil side. I would say that I'm the evil side in this, and I am literally about to nuke this child's game save.
Yes, master!
It's probably a kid because his name is literally Football Kid, so but this is a life lesson. He has to learn that there are consequences to his bets. God damn it, whenever I raid this fortress, he better goddamn follow through and delete his entire save. He better goddamn do that. Alright? I am going to be very, very mad if he just ignores me. That very much could happen. I guess you'll have to wait till the end of the video to find out if he just straight up ignores me. Together, me and Baga continue to fight Douche. I then discover that he is not armor proof, so I fire one into his head before firing one straight into his crotch.
You want some?
Just then, across the map, an undead Baga Flame of War falls to his death. You can see that he was hit by a spear in his arm. Now, together with the 3 of us fighting Douche, it doesn't take long for us to break his spirit. And whenever he's broken, I get on in there and I recruit him over to the dark side. You will now be known as Darth Douche. That's a free one, Disney. You can take that. You can take that. No royalties need to be paid. You can have Darth Douche anytime you want. Maybe he can be the love interest for Rey Skywalker in the new Star Wars movie with Rey Skywalker, everybody's favorite Star Wars character. That orc had a spear in his chest. Am I concerned? Yes. I don't know what's going on with Football Kid, but I feel like he really needs to sort out his orcs. There is an insane amount of team killing going on here. I feel like his government is potentially a little bit unstable. The infighting is very noticeable. And then whenever I get in closer, I figure out why this fortress is so unstable. The majority of the orcs are absolutely off their rocker. But the enforcer does seem relatively good, so I need to keep my wits about me. Thankfully, he is not immune to execution. And he's also not immune to being stabbed in the back multiple times.
Somebody's gotta get stabbed! Somebody's gotta get stabbed!
With his brain now not having very much access to blood, he decides to join my side.
I've got to take a crap.
And join my cause of ruining this kid's life. Before heading to the next point, I then meet, you guessed it, another flame of war.
Flames want to dance. I want to dance. Will you dance with me?
Wow, that orc is doing a flawless impression of me at 2 in the morning, absolutely off my face, trying to dance with any girl that I can see. Anyone will do, honestly, and you guessed it, I decided to settle for the 40-year-old single mother with 2 children, ha ha ha. She's not a good dancer, and neither am I, but it's still a good night. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, back to the raid. Bagga tackles this guy, punches him in the face, and I decide to focus on him because I wouldn't mind recruiting him to my side. I like him. I think he's got spunk. After receiving multiple hammers straight up his ass and a few punches from Bagga, this lovely flame of war decides to join the cause.
You serve me now.
Sign me up.
Everyone, quickly! This video is not sponsored, but it is sort of sponsored by my second channel. If you like my content and you think that I give you some of the giggles, then please do consider subscribing to that. We jump back into the world just in time to see the pit fighter succumb to poison, which I imagine is what happened right after they cut the cameras when the McDonald's CEO tried to eat his own burger. Like, honestly, what is he doing? Does McDonald's not have producers or people who work in marketing? Like, who approved this? This would have gone through rounds and rounds of feedback. Sorry, I used to work in media, and I don't know how that video made it out there. Like, was there not a single person that thought, hey, maybe we record this again. You look like you actively hate the food. You've taken the smallest bite in the world. You look repulsed. You look physically sick while trying to eat the product that you're selling. Anyway, back to the orcs. Smashing on into the next point, I meet a very cool looking Bagabug-esque orc.
Got a death wish, have you? Try to get through me. I'll grant it.
If this was a ranked raid, I would definitely take this lap. But because it's not, he's gotta go. Thankfully, again, this orc is not immune to execution, and he's also not immune to having his teeth knocked out by Helm Hammerhand's hammer. I smash one into his face, and then I do it again while he's still in midair. Because I'm an absolute badass who's never lost a fort raid in this game. It's never happened. There's zero proof, lads. You cannot prove anything. I have never lost a fort raid. You might be saying that I lost a fort raid live on stream, and that is not true. You can't prove anything. That was AI. That wasn't me. Together with my lad's help, I am able to weaken down this devoted Bagabug, and I recruit him onto the bad side.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
I then meet his very angry friend, Lorm the Warden.
I don't fear you. I can bring the wrath of the undead upon you.
And this necromancer does seem like a little bit of trouble. He's giving me very strong vibes. Also, you might be wondering why I'm not using my threshing sword, and that is because it was actually broken. You'll see it in a future video. Basically, I've been doing a lot of Overlord farming, and one of them broke my favorite sword, so yeah, I'm using my Nazgul sword now instead. I smash on down past the inner gate onto the fireplace because I want to summon in some ghouls. I then spot a lonely machine orc and I completely miss his head the first time before clattering him the second time. I then have a chat with him, which reminds me of something AI will say once they take over the world.
Man versus machine on the battlefield. Who do you think will win?
I then start absolutely laying into the machine before my lads can join.
Harry, step, 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 step. Oh, he ain't pretty no more.
And then once they turn up, it's not long before we take the point. And then pretty much as soon as we arrive at the final point, we take it.
The Overlord is going to be very angry with you for all the damage you've done. But he's going to be even angrier with me, because I'm going to rip you to pieces.
I find it kind of strange that he's talking about how the Overlord's going to be angry, even though he's literally called the Angry. Why are you not angry, lad? It's literally your name. It's basically your entire personality. You're literally wearing a cage on your mouth so you don't bite people. Like, what are you talking about, lad? Anyway, while I'm yapping, Rogue Flame of War dies. Yep, there was another Flame of War. What is going on with PlayStation? Why are there so many Flame of Wars? I then decide to brighten the day of the Angry by letting him give me an angry piggyback ride. I still haven't got the PlayStation trophy yet for dispatching a captain while riding an Olog, so I would very much like that, please. The Angry then throws me off his back, and right when he does that, just for good measure, the Warden puts him down for good. I don't think the Warden liked being ran into. That was an absolutely brutal kill. His back just folded in half. I knew that Lorm the Warden was going to be a very strong orc. In fact, I definitely thought that he was going to be the last one standing. Together, me and the boys then focus on taking out the machine. Once he's broken, I get on in there and I shame him down. I'm not taking any chances at this point. We are so close to me ruining this football kid's life and deleting his entire save. And to add salt into the wound, I make the machine go absolutely bonkers. Eventually, after hours, days, weeks of fighting Lorm, he is finally broken. I get on in there and shame him because he is just too powerful to try and kill. And after that, before going on into the throne room, I have to do one thing. I must cleanse the world of these disgusting orcs. These lads knowingly helped me destroy the life of this young football kid. How can I really let such disgusting orcs exist? They must be cleansed from this world. With that done and my hands now clean of all of those traitorous orcs, I head on into the throne room to meet the Overlord. Alright, Maku, Mr. 5 Epic Trait Flame of War. Let's see what you've got, lad. I mean, you do look pretty cool, I'll be honest. Let's just take a look again at these epic traits. Wow. God, how do you get that? I might need to go and watch some YouTube videos about this. But I am noticing that he is actually damaged by range attacks, so this should be okay. The Flame of War charges at me, but I just smash a hammer directly into his skull, which obviously this enrages him. I then keep him pinned to the floor by volleying hammer after hammer onto his noggin. I then decide to get in close alongside my bodyguard. And he is absolutely furious that I've been clanging hammers off his head, so he tries to hunt me down. But it's not gonna happen, mate. I am taking this game save away from this child, alright? It's goddamn happening. You can't stop it, Maku. I then decide to give him a little bit of distance, just to let him calm down. Calm down, Maku, calm down. It's all gonna be over soon. I then stab him directly in the gut, and for a second, I think he's about to get back up. But no, he's not. I put him down for good, and I seal the fate of Football Kid. I take the fortress, and I claim his game save. I then go back to the comment, I inform him that he has indeed lost his fortress and he should check his online notifications. And then I ask for him to send me proof in my Discord, but apparently he's not a member of that. And at this very moment, he has not replied and he has not sent me anything. So I guess subscribe so you can find out if he actually ever does delete his game save.
Subscribe for more of that delicious Shadow of War content. Come on, it's probably free to do. And if it isn't, maybe it's worth the money. I don't know. I haven't checked it out yet, but you can trust me. I'm an anonymous voiceover. Those are very trustworthy.